Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us here today at the Cincinnati Zoo and Botanical Garden. My name is Mark, I'm one of the keepers here in the Africa exhibit, and we're here to celebrate World Lion Day together. I hope everyone's just as excited as I am. You know, just like we like to celebrate our special occasions with some cake and ice cream, we figured no better way for these guys to celebrate than to give them a nice juicy oxtail, one of their favorite treats. And you can see we have both our lions. We're lucky enough to have two lions here at the zoo to celebrate this day with us, John and Imani. John is our male cat. He's on the left right now. Imani is our female on the right. John has a big birthday coming up actually. He turns 10 years old on August 31st. And then Imani, she just turned 9 in July. Imani came to us from St. Louis, and then John came to us from the Smithsonian Zoo in DC. And as you're kind of watching them snack right now, it's really easy to tell a couple key characteristics about lions. The males and females are very easy to tell apart. Obviously the males have those really big manes. The males have those really big manes and the females do not. That's a characteristic that we call sexual dimorphism. It's when a species has a physical characteristic that makes the males and females really easily to tell apart. It's very unique among cats. If you think about other big cats, you know, leopards, jaguars, cheetahs, males and females can be really tricky. But obviously with these guys, the males have those really big, gorgeous, majestic manes. He's looking back at you, making sure no one steals his treat. And something else that makes males and females very different in lions is their behavior within a pride. So I'm sure everyone knows that groups of lions are called prides. Prides can be as few as just 3 or 4 cats or as many as 30 to 35 cats. Prides are typically made up of one male and a group of females, but it's not too uncommon for there to be multiple males in a pride. A lot of times if you see a pride with 2 or 3 males, those males are oftentimes brothers, and the brothers can kind of start off, go out on their own and start a pride. But like I said, their roles within a pride are very different depending on if a lion's male or female. So like many moms out there, I'm sure they can relate, females actually do most of the work within a pride. They do almost all of the hunting and almost all of the child care. Males, their biggest role within a pride is protection. They protect from other lions, other rival males, or any other threat that they feel like could come into the territory or come in to challenge their pride. So males are the protectors. But like I said, females do most of the hunting. Lions are obligate carnivores, which means they have to eat meat and only meat to survive. In the wild, they eat everything from warthogs to wildebeest to zebras. Some prides are even large enough to take down buffalo. Here at the zoo, we're obviously not going to just give them a zebra in their exhibit, but they still do need to eat meat. So they get a variety of meat products. They can get ground meat, oxtails, prey items, all kinds of bones and stuff. We try and rotate things to keep their diet nice and fresh, to keep them interested. And no one likes eating the same thing every day. Lions are the same way. So we give them a variety of diets, different things almost every single day. In the wild, when they are hunting, females work together well during a hunt. So each female within the pride has their own role that they play. So some of the females are the stalkers, some of the females are the chasers, and then some of the females, the bigger, stronger ones, are responsible for taking down the prey once they finally do catch it. So they've got all kinds of weapons while hunting. They've got great eyesight, great hearing. They've got obviously really large teeth, really large claws. They're muscular cats, but their biggest asset while hunting is the fact that they're able to work together. The fact that they work together, it gives them the ability to take down prey items that are much faster than them and much larger than them. And if you can see, her tail's kind of down in the grass right now, but if you can see the end of her tail, she got a nice black tuft on the end of her tail. Females will use those tufts. They'll kind of throw them up above the grass, the savanna grass, as they're hunting, and they can kind of signal their positions to each other. They can scheme while they're hunting to kind of coordinate who should strike, who should run, and when. Seemed like she lost it for a minute. She's got it back. And lions are very smart animals, so we have to keep them stimulated mentally and physically here at the Cincinnati Zoo. One main way that we keep animals stimulated is through enrichment. Enrichment can be anything that appeals to any of the 5 senses, whether it's a toy item, a novel food, like today they got oxtails, or it could be a scent item as well, just some perfume. He's like all of us after birthday cake. He's wishing there was more. He's wishing there was Yeah. So for enrichment items, John, he's a big toy person. He loves different kinds of toys. His Weeble, his Tipsy Tom, those are a couple of his favorites. Imani, she really likes the food items. Different kind of food items really appeal to her. They both also really enjoy playing with animal dung also. So we'll collect dung from across the savanna habitat, the impala, the wildebeest, or the giraffe. We'll freeze the dung to kill any potential bacteria or viruses or anything, and then we'll present it to them. Like I said, they really enjoy it. They'll roll around in it. Sometimes they'll even eat it a little bit, but it's one of their favorite things to play with for sure. And another way that we really stimulate the lions, we do a lot of operant conditioning with them. Operant conditioning is a term for our training procedures that we have for our lions. They're very smart animals, they're very trainable, but we're not training them to jump through hoops or to spin in circles or anything like that. All of our behaviors that we train are medically based. So we train them to present their paws, to show us their teeth so we can get a good look at their dentition, to see if they might need to see the dentist or anything. And then we also train them for hip injecting and for blood draws. So if they ever do fall sick, we can draw some blood, run some tests, and see what could be ailing them. And then we're also, if they need a vaccine or if they need a shot of antibiotic, they're trained for hip injections as well. So they'll voluntarily come up and take those injections. And all of our training is choice-based. Choice is very important for these animals. We don't want to force them to do anything. They can choose to participate in training any given day, or they could choose not to participate. You know, we all have days where we're not really feeling it. They have the same thing. So they're never punished for not participating. They can only get rewarded if they do decide to participate with an extra snack or an extra treat or something like that. But since it is World Lion Day, it is important to talk about John and Imani's wild counterparts. They're relatives in the wild. Lions are facing a lot of struggles right now in the wild. They have, in the last 25 years, their population has been cut in half. They've gone from about 50,000 to about 20 to 25,000 in the last 25 years. And they're now listed as vulnerable by the IUCN, which is really unfortunate. A couple of their biggest threats in the wild are habitat loss, and then human-wildlife conflict. They've gone back to the back of the exhibit. They're praying that there's another treat in store. But guys, we want to thank you again for joining us here at the Cincinnati Zoo for World Lion Day. Do anything you can to try and help support these guys. Spread awareness, share a post on social media. You can even donate to a great cause, the Lion Recovery Fund, African Wildlife Foundation, anything like that. And then just by coming to the Cincinnati Zoo, you also do help save these animals in the wild. The zoo funds multiple conservation projects throughout their range in Africa. So just by supporting your local zoo, even if you're not from Cincinnati, go out and support. All the zoos across the country support these animals in the wild. So that's one of the best things you can do. But thank you so much for joining us today.